afraid to ask. We're going to be trying to answer some of these questions. It's like an irrational fear.
Like, I would be so surprised if someone did do it.
Do you know who wrote it? Hi! I'm Taciane and I'm Talissa and you're watching TJTV. Talissa said that she has some scary questions. I said funny questions, not scary. There's a subreddit called Too Afraid to Ask, and if you're not familiar with Reddit, like you, that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I thought you were telling me to explain. It's like an online forum or page where anyone can post their questions and then other people answer them. I chose some of the questions from that Too Afraid to Ask page that we are going to be answering. I am ready to go over some goss here, answer some hard questions, and also depending how it goes, maybe you can let us know we can do part 2 with your questions that you are too afraid to ask anywhere else. And I recently won this microphone, so we're also going to be testing it out. It's pretty cool, it lights up, so yeah, hopefully it's good quality as well. Let's start with the first one. What was society like before the existence of Shrek 2001?
Oh, what a great question.
I have no idea, Talissa. Like, how would you know as well? We were born before 2001.
Okay.
But do we remember anything?
No. But the thing is, some people remember things from when they were really little. I don't really have. I have memories from when I'm like 7. I have no idea.
Was it life-changing? I don't know.
But it is a good movie. I'll go with that.
Yes. I wonder what made someone ask this question.
What do you say to make small talk? Okay, go Talissa. Even if it wasn't on the Reddit, this is a question I need. What else did they say? I've always been told I make good small talk, but I can't help feeling that my go-to lines have gone stale and need refreshment. I mean, if they're good, why didn't they give us examples? Like, I need them.
I think the go-to is always weather. Oh, the weather's so nice outside. It's so warm and sunny. Oh, what a shame it's raining today.
But
very
the thing
cliche.
is, whenever I use it, I'm always like, do people know that I'm like struggling here? I'm using the weather. You know what? I really like complimenting people. There's always something someone's wearing, someone's smile, someone's vibe, just anything, and I think that's a good like icebreaker as well.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a nice one. What about you, Zilla?
No, we're here to answer the question.
Okay.
No excuses. Give me your answers. You are good
I
at
would
this.
say if you don't know someone at all,
the name.
just asking their name. I guess
so
that's
bad
good.
with it because I need that.
Yes.
I forget everyone's name. At least my name is difficult to get, so people are struggling just as much as me, so it doesn't make me feel bad. You know who we needed for this question? Our mum.
Yes.
She'll get someone's whole life story from like the first 5 minutes you met them. I think just in general, be like really open and then the vibe you give. And I think I've also read as well that if you are vulnerable, people are more likely to be vulnerable with you. And then if you like build connections that way, that's like a really good way as well to get quickly out of the small talk. I mean, it doesn't have to be something big.
So you're going deeper. You're going beyond the small talk.
Find shared interest. I think that's always a good one.
These are good questions. It's a good question. This is a really
It's not a funny question. This is a good question.
Okay, I will pick a funnier one then. Is it possible to make tea with just a microwave?
Oh my gosh. I've seen people on TikTok
do this.
I've seen them boil their water without a kettle.
As in like in the microwave?
I've seen it both like in the stovetop, which for me is already weird. Just so much effort. Just get a kettle. It can be like a $5 kettle. It's too much effort for me. And then the other way is the microwave, which really scares me because we were always told to not pour water in the microwave. Explode. Is that just me?
Average day in your average house, it's not very likely.
If I'm drinking tea and it goes cold because I drank it too slowly, I will just put it in the microwave to heat it up. But I found it really funny the reason why someone was asking. Because remember, this is Too Afraid to Ask. And they said, I don't have the tea thing to warm up water, like the kettle, I guess you're talking about. And it feels like a sacrilege for some British people.
Well, not British, but still sacrilege. Oh, like, I'm fine if you do it. It's all good. I'm just judging you a little.
I think there's nothing wrong with it. I love tea. I think I drink tea every day, but I don't really care if you drink it from a microwave or from a kettle, or milk or no milk or sugar.
Like, as long as it gets the work done, who cares? Actually, what is the most useful appliance in the kitchen? Because I have lived without a microwave before.
I wouldn't be able to do this.
Awful.
Are you ready for the next one? I thought this was an interesting one. Do Americans watch Eurovision?
We can't answer half of these questions.
Reacting and answering. Because the thing is, obviously Eurovision is in Europe, but because Australians watched it so much, they decided to include Australia.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to know because like Australia competes now in Eurovision. It's really popular here. People have parties.
Yeah.
We can vote for it. Like, it's a big deal.
You're outside of Europe. Oh, tell us what country you're from and if you watch Eurovision.
Yeah.
Because I was reading through some questions here and some people didn't even know what Eurovision was.
What I really want is a singing competition that's like actually like the Olympics, so global, so not just Europe. Why don't we have a worldwide one? I think we
need
should
one.
That, I mean, we don't really have a lot of budget, but maybe we can do like a YouTube one. Do any other people listen in on conversations even when they're not meaning to?
When I read this one, I thought of you because you always do this. It's like you have, I don't know, like 2 sets of ears or something.
I'm meaning to.
Oh, you do it on purpose.
Yeah, like I want to know what's going on. I don't want to be like attacked by surprise. Like I want to know what's going on in my environment. Unlike this person.
It's like some chemicals. You threw flakes in it.
So you put this stuff down and then you throw this. Sorry. Sorry.
Because sometimes you're doing something like on your phone or editing a video or something, and then I might be talking like with our mom or, you know, who knows what's happening. And then we think you're so focused on something, but then suddenly you'll chime in the conversation.
Like I can hear.
But how do you do 2 things at once?
What do you mean? I can't block them and just direct them to what I'm doing. It's not like eyes where you can point at where you want. Like my ears are just there. I can't move them.
Sorry.
What about when you mean to and listening in on people's conversation, like in public?
I mean, that's pretty good, I think. Sometimes you learn some interesting things.
I mean, like I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm never going to see these people again. Everyone does it, right? When you're in public transport, you just listen in. You find out about people's lives.
Yeah, and there's a term like people watching, right? Maybe this is like people hearing? I don't know.
Like I would be so surprised if someone didn't do it. I feel like it's something no one talks about because it feels a bit weird and creepy that you're like listening in. I feel like it's something everyone does.
I think so. At some point, you've been bored on the train or just walking on the street. And you just hear people's conversations.
I have heard of people like high school students when I was in high school as well, but like they were a bit younger, discussing like geography and the countries, and I was like, I really want to butt in because I know they're wrong. But I didn't. I let them discuss it themselves.
Oh,
but, you know,
that is the worst.
I don't mind if you're wrong, obviously. I don't know a lot of things, and I've said a lot of things, and probably people are feeling the same way. But I just was just like, I know this one.
Yeah.
Like, I can put my hand up for this one.
It's such an awkward situation because you're listening in, but you don't want to admit that you're listening into that conversation. So, other people have the fear of pool sharks as well.
No.
You've never thought about this?
No.
When we did swimming lessons, like when I was like a lot younger, like sometimes when you're in the pool and it's like an irrational fear of there being a shark or some sort of creature in the pool.
No.
You've never had this?
No, I don't want to now. Why are you putting these thoughts into
No,
my
I don't
head?
want to. Yes, I guess not everyone. Some people.
Now I'll be able to answer it as yes. Now I'm going to be so scared when I'm going in the pool. Yes, in terms of maybe crocodiles in like Northern Australia, because crocodiles do go into people's pools and there's been like news articles and things. They end up.
So is that a fear of yours?
If I went to those regions, then yes, I probably wouldn't want to get in the pool.
Okay, so in this hypothetical situation, you'd be scared.
Yes. Unless there was like a huge, like the floods, and then you go somewhere close to the beach and it brought a shark. Okay, what would you think if you saw a stranger taking photos of your pet or a cat?
So what do you think of this question?
I don't know, because I don't have a pet. Is it weird?
Do you know who wrote it?
Did you write it?
Yes, I wrote this question.
I didn't even know you had read it.
Well, yeah, that's how we're answering the questions. It's on the Reddit app.
I thought it was just open public. What?
This is something I actually do. Whenever I see a cat in public, I take photos of it, right? Just because they're so cute. But yeah, I read a few of the questions, but I didn't answer anything, so we can answer them here.
Okay, we need to know everything. We need to know the context here. Assuming the cat was in the front yard or garden or roaming around outside. I think that makes it really different. When I first saw the question, I thought you meant like, you know, when people are walking their like dogs or things like that, and then you're like taking photos while they're walking or stopping them to do that. I think everyone would respond very differently. So
I clarified that because I didn't want anyone thinking I was breaking into someone's house to take a photo.
I don't think anyone would think that. The first one response to your question is they're coming back later to steal it.
Wow. Is that
true?
what people
think of me. But I have been with you when you've like petted them and then
Yeah.
you start walking and they're following you.
But then I'm not stealing them. The cat willingly follows me.
This is a voluntary kidnapping situation.
I guess.
Okay, next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cat's adorable.
I love that. See, that's the response I was hoping for. If I'm taking a photo of your cat, I hope that's all you're thinking because that's really all I'm thinking. It's like, it's a cute cat.
Yeah. See, a lot of them are saying that. Okay, well, those are some good questions. I don't know if we were able to answer them all properly, but it was interesting to like read what kind of questions people are asking because I had no idea.
You might also like watching us reacting to your unpopular opinions.
And these came from you, and we did not hold back.
There's some pretty juicy ones there, so go check it out.